Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Hernandez. Nice to see you all. And this is Spill the Tea. Today we are spilling the tea on tobacco, which is brought to you by the Community Colton Coalition for Change, who works on reducing underage drinking, smoking, and other drug use around the community. Today we have CJUSD board member Israel Fuentes with us. Thank you for taking the time with us on your busy schedule, and thank you.
Thank you for having me. That's great. Thank you.
Can you tell us something about yourself? Why are you here? Why does people need to know you? And how do you work and connect with the city of Colton?
Okay. Well, first, my name is Israel Fuentes. I am one of 7 board members for Colton Joint Unified. Well, I'm here today to talk a little bit about tobacco and the effects and all that bad stuff that happens with that. And I'm also connected to the city of Colton because we do have the name, as you can see, Colton Joint Unified School District. So I am part of that district. But the trustee area that I belong to would be the communities of Bloomington, the communities of Southridge, Montana, and then we have 2 schools that are in the city of Rialto. We're kind of spread out, even though we're from Colton. Colton Joint Unified School District is a bit spread out. So. But alongside my colleague also, who is Pat Harrell, and myself, we both work together in District 1 for Colton Joint Unified.
Okay, thank you very much. Today, we'll be talking about tobacco use behaviors among the youth. We'll be referencing the California Student Tobacco Surveys throughout this interview. We know that e-cigarettes are the most popular tobacco products, with 1 in 10 high school students currently using them, and 2% reported smoking traditional cigarettes. What do you believe that says about tobacco trends among the youth?
Well, the thing is, a lot of the youth think it's cool to smoke or vape or whatever it is. Amongst, especially people bears or bears, have a lot of kids that like to smoke and they like to do tobacco. The issue that we're having is a lot of these places that don't ask for IDs, that don't follow the rules technically, are giving our students these products so that they're able to smoke, that they're able to get them anyways. Sometimes even parents, and I hate to say it this way, some of the parents, some of the tios, some of the cousins, oh yeah, mijo, here you can have a cigarette. Oh, here you go, mijo, let me get you a baby this. And then the easy part of getting on Amazon and being able to order stuff online. So there's a lot of opportunities out there that these kids are doing to get these e-cigarettes, the vaping cigarettes, the tobaccos. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. Kevin, one thing I wanted to just make a little note is all of the opinions and all of my comments and everything are not based off of Colton Joint Unified School District. My opinion, and they're my answers. Just want to make that clear. So, because a lot of times when we speak to the public, people think we're speaking on behalf of the school district, and we're not.
Yes.
These are my opinions. So, just wanted to make that a little note, make that clear.
No, thank you for the little note. Not surprisingly, the tobacco use was significantly higher among the 12th graders, which is 15.4%, compared with 10th graders, which is 8.2%. Why do you think that is?
A lot of times our 12th graders, they look a little older now. A lot of 12th graders are able to go into a liquor store, a smoke shop, or whatever, and some of these people that are behind the counter will not ask them for ID, thinking that they're older than 21. And a lot of times that's what's happening out there. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there that will get tobacco products for the kids. We have a lot of issues with 10th graders. I would even say 9th graders now. We've even seen them in the elementary schools, even confiscated in the elementary schools that I know of, confiscated vaping products from those kids and tobacco. But I think the reason is a lot of our 12th graders, a lot of our even juniors, seniors, sophomores, they are looking a little older now. And that's the reason why a lot of times these products get in the hands of our students.
No, I understand. I still look younger though, like you gotta admit that, right? I see it. So
I still look young too, and they still card me.
Of course. According to the California Student Tobacco Surveys, across racial categories, white students have the highest rates. For example, right here it says 19.3%, even though that Black, Asian, and Hispanic students is at 8.2%, 8.3%, and 10.1%. What protective factors can we still instill in our community to make sure these rates go down?
First of all, we need to hold these people accountable for what they're doing. If you see me looking down, as I'm looking at your question.
Yeah, of course.
Phone, so don't think I'm over here checking.
No, me too.
Just looking at the answers. But I think we gotta hold these smoke shops, these liquor stores, anybody who sells any type of tobacco product or vaping product. We need to hold them accountable, and that's the reason we need to put out some type of retail licensing or some type of regulations or rules that these smoke shops, these liquor stores need to follow, so that we can hold them accountable for when they're selling these products to our minors. When I say minors, I'm talking about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, 19, 20-year-old kids. But we need to hold them accountable. We need to swear that. Another thing we need to do is we need to, I hate to use the word educate, but we need to let parents know the severity of what vaping does, of what tobacco does, of what all these oils that are out there now, especially for vaping. If they only knew, and I tell these kids a lot of times, I tell them, you know that you're just technically sticking a spray can of paint in your mouth when you're vaping, because that's all it is. It's an aerosol style type of thing when you're vaping.
Yeah.
So it's stuck in your lungs, and then you end up either going into respiratory, and if you have asthma or you have respiratory issues, it's going to get worse. So what we need to do is we need to put some type of tobacco licensing out there, or that we hold these smoke shops, these liquor stores, or anybody who sells any tobacco products or vaping products accountable for that. And I'm pretty sure that as soon as we can educate the community, like I said, I hate using the word, but if we can teach the community, teach the parents about the severity of tobacco products, we might have those numbers. I think those numbers will go down if we can do that.
Yes, I agree with you. I said also in the survey it says that 1 in 4 of students use tobacco products on 20 or more days in the past 30 days, which it says 23.1%. What do you think the youth are using tobacco products so frequently? Like, why is it still happening?
The reason is some of the tobacco products nowadays, especially the vaping, they're flavorful. There's a lot of flavored products out there for these kids. And then, it tastes like fruit punch. Oh, it tastes like bubble gum. And I like the way it tastes, and it's not going to happen anything to me, and blah, blah, blah. There's even tobacco products out there now that you can get cigarettes that taste like something. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of this stuff out there right now. I think there's like 10,000 different flavors of vaping products out there, from horchata flavor to Coca-Cola flavor, to you name it, it's probably out there. Even chocolate flavor, bubblegum, whatever. So what's happening is a lot of these students are out there smoking this every day because it tastes good. It's like I'm doing candy. And a lot of times it's even cheaper than candy. You can get like this jewel little thing about this big, and if you have a coupon for it, I think they're available online. You can get them for $1. This little jewel.
Yeah.
You can buy them for $1. So, like I said, Amazon, and I hate to pick on Amazon, but Amazon sells some of this oil stuff, these little oils that go into these baking products. They even sell the baking sticks or whatever they're called. And so it's easy consume for them, especially during the pandemic right now, the quarantine that we're in. A lot of these kids are at home.
Yeah.
So what they do is mom and dad are either working or they're busy doing something, but they're in the back eating. They're doing it. They're figuring it out. I hate to say this too, but a lot of more paleteros that are out there selling paletas, the ice cream man that's out there selling, some of them carry these products and they sell them to them under the table. So we need to look at those things. We need to realize that these kids are finding ways to get this product, and that's the reason we have them smoking this stuff 20 days out of the 30 days in a month. You know, as a former law enforcement officer, you know, I used to see this a lot. A lot of kids back in the day it was more cigarettes, but they're able to get these products. And now with vaping, some of the vaping stuff you can't even see anymore. I remember when it first started, you could see the smoke. Now there's stuff out there which is smokeless vaping. So these kids could be at home sitting in their couch vaping. Mom and dad wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even smell anything. So there's a lot of things going on out there that we really need to hold these people accountable, and that's the reason we need to get this tobacco retail license out there. And you know, it's a concern of mine that our kids are out there smoking, and we smoking anything, you know, from tobacco to even marijuana, to vaping products. And you know, it's sad because sometimes I'll ask one of our safety guys at one of our high schools, and I say, hey, so what have you confiscated? And he'll bust out a briefcase of stuff that he's picked up from students. So we really need to push for this tobacco license.
Yeah, I agree with you. Lastly, what will you say to the parents? You know, like, you know, the parents are experiencing with their own child or children's about this problem. How can they become more involved in reducing tobacco use among the youth?
One of the things I would say to the parent first is find a coalition or some type of department, mental health department, or a place where you can take your child to, and that they can show them the severity of vaping, the severity of using any type of tobacco products or any type of anything that has to do with smoking.
Yeah.
If they were able to take them to an organization that can help them, you know, I'm pretty sure the Coalition for Change, Community Change, mental health systems, there's behavioral health in San Bernardino County. There's a lot of the tobacco retail licensing people that are doing everything. There's a lot of opportunity out there, but what we need to do is we need to actually show these young men and women the severity of what it is when they're vaping. I think it was last year, 6 months ago, or a little more than that, we had this tobacco vaping gathering at Valley College. And I'm pretty sure that all of those kids that were there were surprised to know what vaping really is. And if we can get that word out, and then, like I said, I hate to use the word educate, but if we can teach parents, we can teach the community, show these kids the severity of vaping, tobacco, marijuana, all these types of things that they smoke. We show them what it does to their body, what it does to their teeth, what it does to their physical appearance. They would realize, you know, there's people out there that smoke, chain smokers for years and years and years, and after a while, you start changing. You start becoming this smoker-looking person, and you tend to start walking around smelling like tobacco, like nicotine. You know, even these guys that are vaping, you know, eventually you'll hear them, young men and young women start coughing out of the blue. You know, they sound like old viejitos smoking, you know, because they're smoking this vaping stuff and it gets stuck in their lungs. And they're coughing all crazy. And they're barely 13, 14, 15-year-old kids. But the problem is they're smoking and they're vaping and stuff. But I think what we need to do is we need to teach the community. We need to teach these young men and women. We have to have other young men and women talk to them and mentor them so that they understand the severity of what they're doing. A lot of times, not me as an adult, but I think it's somebody your age, Kevin, that you can tell them and say, hey, you know, amigo, or hey, compañero, or whatever you guys call each other nowadays, you know, orale Simon, or whatever. Hey, you know, hey, vato, or whatever you guys say out the street. But what you're doing is not right. And I think that's what we need to do. You know, as an adult, you know, I always try to talk to other adults about what they're doing and stuff. It's hard. It's hard as an adult, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard as a young person being able to mentor another young person. But we can do it. A lot of us are out there that we can do it. I've been part of this for many years, even before I was part of the coalition, and I'm in right now with Mirza and all the team. I used to do this. We used to work with young people. As a former pastor of the church also, I used to work with them. We used to talk about, all this type of products. But something, now that I'm part of this coalition, I've been part of this coalition for, I think, since the beginning, almost 10 years, a little more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that our community is aware. We want to make sure the community is aware of severity. And when I say severity, we're talking because there are young people dying. There are young people dying because they're late. There are young people going into the hospitals because they can't breathe. There's young people out there that have cancer in their lungs, in their throats, because of smoking tobacco or any type of vaping products. So Kevin, it's something that we just need to work together as a team. And what we're doing today is just talking about this, making people aware.
Yes.
The severity of tobacco products, vaping products, and whatever else.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. One last thing. Would you like to give a comment or anything, or say anything to the community before we finish up this interview?
One thing I'd like to say to the community and to everybody out there, those young ones, if you guys are vaping, if you guys are smoking, if you guys are using tobacco, if you're smoking marijuana, today is the day to make a change. Today is the day to stop doing what you're doing. Today is the day to show your little brother and sister, show your parents, show your primos that what you're doing is not correct. Today is the day to find help. Today is the day to make that change. You're young, you're beautiful, people love you. Make the change. Make the change. Hoy es el día para hacer el cambio. Si fumas, haces vaping, haces tabaco, cualquier producto, fumas marihuana, hoy es el día de hacer el cambio. Hay personas que te quieren, hay personas que te aman. Hoy lo puedes hacer. Para de hacerlo, sea esa persona, sea ese ejemplo a tu hermano, a tu hermana, a tu tío, a tu primo, a tus padres. Sea el ejemplo y ya no lo hagas. Hoy es el día de hacer el cambio. God bless you. Dios te bendiga.
Thank you, Mr. Fuentes. Thank you for joining us, and to everyone who is joining us as well on Spill the Tea. Please don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Community Coalitions for Change. This was Kevin Hernandez interviewing Mr. Fuentes. Again, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Fuentes.
Thank you very much, Kevin. You did an awesome job.
Thank you. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Hey everyone, this is a message on behalf of the Colton Community Coalitions for Change. This video is a reminder that you can all make a positive change in your community to help reduce tobacco and other drug use among youth. How, you may ask? Calling all Colton residents! We invite you to take part of our current Mission Possible campaign to reduce youth access to tobacco products. All youth and adults are welcome to participate from the city of Colton. By joining this campaign, you'll have the opportunity to express your opinion on underage tobacco use and to be a part of the positive community conversation. Sign up today to receive your very own Mission Possible kit, which includes this cool t-shirt and more. For more information or to join this campaign, email communitycoalitionsforchange@gmail.com. And again, thank you for watching. Enjoy your day.